This is the GV Podcast, a variety review podcast. I'm really good at making people in wheelchairs laugh. I really get them rolling. Welcome, everybody! My name is Mayhem!
I really get them rolling.
I really get them rolling. I'm Duke.
And today, we got a new show for us to be watching today. What is it, Duke?
We're going to be piercing the heavens with this one.
I'm scared now.
27 episodes.
Piercing the
Came
Heavens,
out in 2007.
Isn't that Bleed?
No. Piercing the heaven with our drill.
God damn it.
Yep.
Promare?
No.
Ah! You got close, actually.
Yeah.
Say it.
Gurren
Because I know I can't pronounce it.
Lagann.
Gurren Lagann.
We're watching Gurren Lagann.
I'm also I give you the opportunity to make like a cool aha thing about it, but then you just mess it up.
No.
I've never watched this one actually.
Oh, dude.
This is the one with Yoko Littner.
So
with who?
Yoko Littner. Why do I only know the female character's name? Don't ask me.
Oh, you'll understand as well.
There's a specific number that you usually type after that.
There was a video about a guy playing Overwatch, and it was like, name the Overwatch characters, and he only named the female characters. But there's one female character who's like a bodybuilder, and he was like, I don't know that one.
Oh no, you want to hear something good? You want to hear something good?
What?
It's not one of those types where that focuses on like her entire character focuses on the fact that she has a big breast.
I don't want to watch it.
No, it's actually really funny because Gaijin Goomba made a video about it, and I couldn't help but laugh because of the way he put it. Of like, it's such a good show that doesn't like sexualize the character anyway. But when he went to Japan,
Everywhere else did.
Every store that had something with her,
It was lewd.
everything.
God,
so
damn.
many body pillows.
Okay.
It's Japan. What do you
Because the
expect?
fans liked her. The fans really liked her. Because
Yeah.
she's lewd.
So
It's like with May and Pokemon, how everybody has they treat her as like the best girl, even though Dawn is best girl.
I will kill you.
Shut up. No one asked you.
She has the best story out of everybody.
No one fucking asked you. She's just second May. Like
No.
She's just second May. There you go. There you go. I'm on his
May
team
number
though.
2. She's just May with blue hair and a piplup.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She's water type May.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wait, then who would be grass type May?
That one girl from Alola.
Alola? There you go.
With
There you
the
go.
green hair. Or Iris. Wait, no, Iris is Dragon May.
Yeah.
Wait, Iris isn't even attractive. What am I talking about? She's annoying as fuck.
You know those charts that people make with Eevee?
Yeah.
And they do it with usually with other characters, and it's like, oh, this is just a different version of this one. Caillou,
Caillou to
Flying
One
type-
Punch Man.
flying type Caillou is Aang.
Fighting type is One Punch Man.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Like that kind of stuff. We're gonna do that with the Pokemon girls.
No, you know why Caillou is the poison type version of him?
Because he's cancer.
He got it right.
He has cancer. The kid has cancer in the show. They talk about it. And
No,
then,
they actually don't. They don't.
and then Grass Electric Caillou is Piccolo.
Yes.
And then Psychic Caillou is Tien.
I was gonna say Krillin for one of them.
There's so many Dragon Ball Cailloux.
Yeah. If you're not a Saiyan, you're losing your hair.
Oh, wait.
There's Grand Caillou.
Wait, hear me out.
Grand Caillou.
I've got a question. Would Grand Caillou be dragon type because of the fact that he can summon the dragon?
Wait, can Grand Kai summon the dragon? Wait, who's Grand Kai again?
Grand Kai is...
Is that the one with the mohawk?
The young one.
Oh, sorry, no. Guru.
Oh, Guru.
Guru?
Yeah.
Who's Guru again?
Super Kami Guru.
Okay, would Guru be dragon type Caillou because of the fact that he can summon the dragon?
No, he's too old.
He's in Namekian. He's the same type as Piccolo.
Yeah.
What?
Anyway, back
Grand
to Gurren
Elder?
Lagann.
Wait, Grand Elder is? What?
Duke, I'm gonna need you to reel it back a little bit.
What?
I'm gonna need you to reel it back.
Grand Elder would be...
Gurren Lagann?
There you go.
Yeah, I've never watched this.
My only question that I have for Gurren Lagann
Yes.
is this the first one that this animation studio does?
Let me check.
Because they...
Didn't they also work on Kill la Kill?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me check this real quick because couple things I gotta check of so Promare. I remember. I think the whole thing about it was the fact that it was worked together by the people who made this show, Gurren Lagann, and Kill la Kill.
Oh.
Created by Gainax.
Gainax, yeah, that's who it is.
Yeah.
I really like their animation.
Oh, okay.
Oh god.
Studio famous for productions such as Gurren Lagann and Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh my
Also,
god!
Fooly Cooly.
Is that
Oh yeah, Fooly Cooly has the same art style as Kill la
Oh
Kill
my god, Fooly Cooly. Like
Fooly
that.
Cooly's banned.
Dude,
I don't even
Fooly
know what that
Cooly.
is.
Okay, so Naruto.
You already lost him.
Naruto, when he learns the Rasengan,
You already lost him.
The Gengan,
when he learns the Shadow Clone Jutsu,
the Guanganginga.
when there's only 2 moves he loses. There's like 50 moves, he only uses those 2.
What about it?
Um,
I felt like there was more to what you were going to be saying. But yeah, this animation studio has become one of my favorite top ones, like with Mappa and...
So the one you're thinking of, the studio that you're thinking of that
did Kill la Kill and Promare.
that did Kill and Kill and Promare, that is Trigger. This is, best way to put it, really good studio, but they're the ones that did the story for Promare, essentially. That's the best way to do it. Promare had a really good story, right?
Yeah.
They teamed up with Trigger to do the animation.
To do that. Okay, I got you
But it's
now.
still weirdly enough, has really close to what you're looking for when it comes to Trigger.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
It is, in all fairness, the company that is famous for showing off a lot of characters that look very similar.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you go from Gurren Lagann to Promare, you see the main character. When you go from Promare to
Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Cyberpunk Edge Runners, you see a character.
I need to watch Edge Runners.
Yes, you do!
I heard it was sad.
No, it's really it's sad only at the very end, and for a lot of other moments, and for most of it. But otherwise, it's really good.
Yeah. But man,
not to say that the sad moments aren't good, but
so Gurren Lagann, the best way that I've heard it is that this is an anime that starts out as the most cliche of the shonen anime.
Okay.
And then they go, let's step it up a notch, and it goes off.
Well, there ain't no time like the present. We'll
Let's
be back.
Move it.
Other stuff that I've seen,
Especially Trigger.
yeah, and so it's you see a lot of characters that you're just like, oh, we're just watching the original version of this character from an alternate reality, and then again, and then again, and then again.
That's actually a joke with Gurren Lagann of, or not so much a joke, but it's an actual thing of, there's another project called, like, Parallel Works, where it's a collection of, like, alternate universe versions. One of them has the Beastmen being, suppressed by humans.
Okay.
And, Viral being a, vigilante going up against Simone and, Kamina. Yeah, all kinds of shit like that. Yeah.
I can't tell you how many anime movies are about. Oh, we're the humans, and these are the Beastmen. There's always like a different version of that.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I actually like the idea of like Beastmen and stuff because it's like
pretty basic idea. Yeah.
Like I like they're not
sense.
just being humans.
Yeah, there's humans who have qualities of other animals and that they inherited by like living there.
And like other stuff like orcs and elves and all
Yes,
that kind of
Mayhem, I
stuff.
do know that your favorite version of the orc is the orcs from Slime Reincarnated.
The Bork.
The Pjorg.
The Bork.
the pig orcs from Slime Reincarnated. They're the best.
The boar orc.
Bork.
Bork. There's my smarty boy. But yeah, so
working on my borkin.
So Duke and I, we watched the series of Gurren Lagann, and we were able to show Jinzu the movie version, and we got to be able to see that too. So there is some differences. There is some differences.
It was really awkward watching when they like condensed like a couple episodes into like a montage.
Oh yeah,
That was about 5 episodes they condensed.
It was like, oh okay, I like that guy. I like that guy. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
On the bright side, you didn't really lose many connections to characters. Like, I will say that. Like, the bright side when it comes to the movie, there's not a lot of times where it's like, oh, you've lost this connection to this character because of the movie. Not really, because, like, even if, like, characters have roles reduced, they still have just as much of an impact on, like, the first movie, less impact, and then the second movie, they're like, okay, now we can give it the full impact. There's only, like, one character where I would say, like, he was massively changed, and it was that character, Rossio.
Yeah, they made him a lot less of an asshole.
They made him a better character of, like, the way to make a better character out of him was to have him less.
That's the thing, though, is that...
Remember Rossio, that leader dude?
Betrayer.
Yeah, the dude who threw Simone in prison.
Yeah, and he originally was the replacement pilot for
Kamina.
Yeah,
Kamina's mech.
in the show, he's a dick.
Like it got to the point where when we were watching the show, when he is like, and where they leave, and it's like, Rossio, it's all like we're leaving in your care and stuff like that. Like in the movie, you're kind of like, oh, okay, but in the show, you're like, no, he's just gonna turn the earth back on you again.
In the show, you're just like, do not.
Like when you're watching it, you're like, don't trust him. Why are you trusting him? What the hell?
He's my friend. I trust him. He tried to unalive himself.
I went to war with him.
And then he
I feel
stabbed me in
bad.
the back in peace.
So, let's go ahead and get into this, because, like, I'm excited to talk about this. I love this show.
It's really good. Jinsu, what did you think? As like a before we get talk about the story and stuff.
I definitely recognized all the references to future works.
Yeah.
I saw the patterns. I remember my friends making references to Gurren Lagann when we were younger, like in middle school, and I would be like, oh, okay, you know, pierce the heavens with your drill, whatever.
Whatever.
I heard that so often.
Yeah.
I heard that so often.
Never heard that before. Never heard it.
Really?
Never heard it.
Well, you didn't hang out with those kids, so
Yeah, that's true too.
Well, you were lame, so.
Yes, totally.
You went to the country middle school. We went to the ghetto middle school.
Fucking didn't hang around anime nerds. Fucking loser.
Because I saw you all, and I was just like, they're lame. I'm gonna go play basketball.
And now you make a living off this in the future.
Now I realized, wow, storytelling is great. Let me appreciate the shows for what they are, and not let the fan base decide how I feel about the show.
Having new hobbies in life is good for you.
That too.
It's good for your brain. You learn new things.
I haven't played basketball in forever. I need to.
Learning basketball again would be good.
Basketball's fun.
You know what you should also learn?
What?
Baseball.
I know baseball. I play baseball.
You want to learn more baseball? Because guess who won? Wait, who won last GV versus?
Yeah, you did.
I did.
No way! No way! We got a sneak peek the entire time during that episode.
Holy
It's just
shit, I cannot believe it. This entire time, it was just a ploy to get us to play Wii baseball.
Wii baseball.
Wii baseball.
Wii tennis.
It's I forgot the company title of it. It's like a corporation, and then it's Power Pros, but power is spelled like how power is spelled PAWER.
Powder.
Power.
Powder. That's great.
Okay, so that's what we're having for the GV versus next time.
All right, yeah, you heard it here now. I don't think the episode is gonna.
The episode definitely came out before this. This is coming out, I think, in like near June.
Wait, Jinsu, say that again.
Baseball.
No,
Oh, baseball.
Baseball.
There you go. It's football. It's football and baseball.
Yeah, no, this is coming out late June. Yeah, no, this is way past whenever we got baseball.
How's the future, guys?
Oh, we're all dead. Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Oh, what happened there?
Ooh, the Beastmen arrived. Okay.
We've been suppressed for centuries. Now we're going to suppress you. Who are you guys?
Who are you? I don't even know who you are.
You took everything from me.
Imagine that happens in a story where it's like we see the perspective of the characters that are subjugated, and then they break out to like find the real people, and they're like, "You're the ones responsible," and it's like they're just like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, and they're like totally lost. They're like, Who are you?
You
took everything from me. No, no.
He does the finger that.
So, like I said, honestly, this is getting close to one of my favorite shows we've watched.
It is really up there for me. It's honestly like it. The best way to describe the way that the show just goes, it gets bigger and better with each episode, and in turn with each movie, like the first one's smaller than the second one's bigger. The fact that they were able to condense it into two is
incredible.
It's because there's so much that like they could have easily made it 3 movies. Like I would say,
Honestly,
I would say that they were because
I'd say maybe 4.
Nah, I don't think 4. I think 4 would be stretching it.
Yeah.
I think it would be a lot more stuff few and far between.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, 3. So it'd be like that first half essentially, and then it would be the kind of like political stuff up until like the final mission.
Probably.
That's how I see it.
Probably. I don't know. I would have to look at it better. But yeah, so we start all great stories as we always do with a kid drilling through the dirt.
Yeah, we got a little kid named Simone drilling through the dirt. He's making tunnels underground because that's all he does.
I'm just gonna call him Simon.
We did not call him Simone when we were watching the movie.
Yeah, we did because we watched it in sub, so it's like we just read it.
We also watched it in dub originally though, and his name is Simone.
Here's the thing, I don't want to say it.
Okay,
that's just like the Japanese pronunciation of those like letters.
It's Simon.
Simone.
okay. Well, so anyway, Simon. Okay,
Simon Peter.
So Simon Belmont.
we've
Approaches
got
Dracula's
Simon
castle.
the Digger. And
Wow, you just gonna okay?
that's his name. It's Simon the Digger. No, my favorite part is like the episode he's introduced. Like he pops out and it's like, "Why can't you dig like him?" And you see all these girls of like, "Oh, it's him," and it's just like you hear it and it's just like this could be interpreted so badly. This could be interpreted so poorly.
I don't know why they didn't call him the Driller or something like that.
The Driller or something.
The Driller.
Simon the Drill.
Or the Drill.
It sounds dirtier, and I don't mean like in a sexual way. I mean literally dirtier.
You know,
Calling him that.
You know what I just realized?
What?
I just had a random Pokemon like comparison in my head. Simon is Drillbur, and Kamina is Crocodile.
Yes. Yes. Oh my god, that's perfect. What would Yoko be?
Random just in my head just popped up. I was like, wow, that's really good.
What would Yoko be?
What?
What would Yoko be? Either Lopunny or Gardevoir. There you go.
Salazzle.
Yoko would be Skylar, the gym leader.
Oh yeah.
Yoko would
Wait a
be
second.
normal
Yoko
human.
would still be a person. Shut up.
Down you. Just the down boy.
Basically, there's this whole thing where we've got he pops out and he's just got this very sad life where he doesn't really do much. He's content with it, but just bored.
And he finds a little drill key thing, and it's just like, man, I'm very
What this?
I wonder what this could be. I wonder
What
if giant face. What? But we get introduced to one of the best characters ever, Kamina. He calls him bro and all that kind of stuff, but it is I think in the show they do say that they're not related. They're just like they're like a found family sort of situation.
In Japanese, they use the word kyodai, which means found brother, like sworn brother.
Okay, that's cool.
And in the show, they have like they're actually the group isn't just the 2 of them. They actually have like 3 others.
Yeah,
but they sell them out in order, like they sell out Kamina and Simon for not getting put in prison. because the surface is a real place. Ha! You believe in the surface, you're an idiot.
You believe in a place without a roof? Dumbass!
It's got a big blue thing up there, and it has no ceiling. It's called the sky. You're an idiot! I was up there with my dad.
You believe in a sky god? You believe in a sky?
Your dad's dead.
Your dad is dead!
My dad's not dead!
It's like, I was up there. Well, why are you back down here? Shut up.
Basically.
So, I feel the movie handled it pretty well with how they sped it up. Of basically, they're having this whole argument. It keeps going on, and the roof of where they're living breaks
Collapses.
apart, and you watch as this giant thing just falls down into the center of their essentially like community, and it's like, okay, what the hell is that? And meanwhile, Kamina is just like,
Sky! It's really there! The sun is shining down on us! Weep! Weep at your loss and my victory!
yeah, and he's so excited. At which point, the giant thing known as a gunman just stands up and is like, okay, time to destroy all this.
It's like a giant mech
wolf
skull Kirby is like the best way to describe it.
Yeah, each of them have like just unique faces as with the Kirby body.
And Simon, he like goes and finds like where he found the little drill key thing. Turns out there was also like a very tiny mech thing too. It's like it looks like a Gundam face where it's just like the where it's like Jotaro's like it's like Jotaro's like heavy chin, like strong jawbone
To protect the people,
from devastation. To unite all people within
to
our
unite all
nation.
faces within our nation.
What? I want to kiss them all. What?
But to defend the people in the community, a resistance fighter shows up by the name of Yoko Littner.
She's a sniper girl thing, and
She's a nice character. We'll talk more about her later.
after the time skip, yes.
Yes. Yes, and avoid anything talking about it.
I don't know what to talk about.
Anyway, so we basically get, as she's fighting this gunman, she's following them, she's coming with them to go get that other face that Simon had buried, dug up, and they hop in, and he's able to plug in the little drill that he found earlier.
It is a key.
Into it as a key, and ends up piloting it, and they start fighting the big gunman.
But the size difference is a little bit extreme, so...
Yeah.
I will say, it is hilarious when Yoko goes, alright, hold on guys, we're sneaking by the enemy gunman. I'm gonna shoot his weak point. You hear that, you gunman? We're gonna kill you! We're gonna take him out! And then the gunman's just like, there you guys are.
Why would you do that? I don't want to. I want to look my enemy in the face.
I want my enemy to see me when I punch his face off.
It's like, you're an idiot.
I want to completely lose any advantage of sneak attack.
But
Honor! Honor!
there was a detail when it came to this episode I also really liked of Kamina. When it came to this entire community, one of the big things is the leader of the community. He's like a big guy with a sword and would always be so just like, oh, you guys should be treating me like so much better because I'm like your father figure basically. I made sure you shits were alive, and then he's like, screw you, takes his sword and moves on like, I got this shit.
He's like, yeah, Kamina just takes his katana and is just like, it's mine now.
And so we move on, and there's this big old fight between the small gunmen with Simon, Yoko, and Kamina versus the big gunmen, and obviously they end up winning. And
it's the first episode. Yay!
They turn it into a drill and just pierce it through the roof and burst out onto the surface. And has one of the best shots in the show at that point of just seeing the surface with you, where you see the sun and the moon in the distance.
Oh yeah,
that is my favorite shot.
They go flying up, and the momentum that they had just keeps bringing them up and up and up into like very high, and they're able to see what the Earth looks like, and it's very messed up. There's craters and shit everywhere. Like, you can tell that the Earth just got messed up.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
What it's followed by is basically Yoko takes them to her group, which is Littner Village, which is made up of all these people that had to abandon their underground community because it was unlivable. Yeah. And basically it starts this whole thing of them joining this resistance group that includes, like, the two most notable figures in that group, from memory, were the leader,
a big, just generally nice guy. Like, not much to him, honestly. Like, he's just kind of pops in every so often and has, like, just nice moments. I think the movie actually did him a little better. They made him more of a focus.
They did actually let him talk.
You know the thing that messed me up, honestly?
What?
I forgot the fact that that was the same guy that marries one of the characters.
Yeah.
I forgot about that from the show. So when it came to the movie, the moment that they brought that up, like showed off that more vividly, I was like, "Oh shit! The leader of Yoko's group married that character." Okay.
Yeah, they do allow him in the movie to stand out more, but in choosing that, they also like let other characters get more in the back. But yeah, so they fight. Like a bunch of gunmen come because, I don't know, one of their friends just got killed, so.
Yeah.
And so they fight like a bunch of these. Like there's some crazy looking gunmen. Like these giant mech things. They look crazy. And Kamina just looks at one of them and it's just like, I want that one.
I want that.
and everybody else is just like, taking a gunman for ourselves. We never thought about that. And it's like, you didn't think about the most obvious thing?
No. I have gun, says Yoko.
Gun. And Kamina takes it and then they start working on it. And what's the one thing that Kamina makes sure that they add to his gunman? A giant pair of sunglasses.
No, my favorite part about that.
Goddamn right.
Yeah.
My favorite part about that fight is just like, man, I'm just not feeling it to be able to take control of this thing. I'm trying, but I can't feel it. It punches the glass. The glass moves for a second, like a bunch of pops-ups move for a second, and he looks and sees the skeleton of his father.
Yeah, just full on, just like, hi, Dad.
That was a detail, once again, they missed in the movies that I was a little disappointed in.
It's because, no. We know that because, the reason why we know that, Jinsu, is because before the gunman's, before the gunman's attack, he finds the cape that he wears after this fight.
Uh-huh.
He's like, that's my dad's cape. Why is it on a skeleton?
Yeah.
Dad?
There's even a flashback he has to his dad, with his cape flowing as he's like, yeah, I'm on the surface, and then it's just cut to that. It's like, oh. No, in the movie they portray it a little weirder, where it's just like, as it makes it look more like he's just like, skeleton!
Yeah.
I have a skeleton! Oh! That's how it feels in the movie.
He gets replaced, where he is in the
Especially
gunman gets replaced. It gets replaced by a skeleton, and it's just like, I think he has a fear of skeletons now, guys.
It
Especially, it looked more like a fear of death. He didn't want to die, but then it was like when you bring up the real thing about it behind it, it has a lot more depth.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't want to die. He doesn't want to die because he just saw his dad's dead, and it's like death is real. Oh God!
So he stands up. He's able to use the gunman, and he grabs Simon, and it's just like, let's do this. Chucks him. They both the other gunmen dodge it, and they're like, yeah, we did it. He goes into a mountain, comes back out the mountain, and pierces them through the guts.
Just full on kills them both, and it's just like, all right.
Kills who?
The two enemy gunmen.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah. And so then it's like, we got a second gunman. We're awesome.
Yeah.
And so in the aftermath, they get to rest. They make sure to fix up the gunman, and they basically get to relax at the village while they're preparing all kinds of stuff to start moving on. And
They go
relaxing.
like this. Yoko comes up to him and is like, "Hey guys, hey Kamina, can you take me hunting?" And Kamina's like, "Sure, Simon, let's go." And she's just like, "Ah,
God damn it, third wheel."
yeah." So they go to this oasis area where there's a bunch of very weird animals, including one of them that gets full on headshot.
The animals are the funniest thing.
And one of them that gets headshot is
The
a hippo that has a bunch of grapes on it, but the face of the
grape-opotamus.
hippo, it looks very, very special ed.
It's cross-eyed. It just gets shot in the head. Takes a second. Falls over.
And then Kamina shoots down a bird and like a bird raccoon thing, and he goes over to like get it up, and it turns out it has 2 arrows in it. Oh, that's pretty
A
weird.
black and a white one.
And then they're attacked by Viral, the stand-in what's his face from Promare, the rival to the main character.
Yeah, the rival character.
And he's a beastman, and he's
It
a
was
cross
so
between.
funny looking up the details of him.
That turns out he's a cross between. He's like a shark with cat-like
Feline genetics.
genetics also. So it's a very weird thing. And so
Just had to be specific.
he goes into his gunman, and his gunman has 2 faces. And Kamina says, "That's not fair!" And he grabs, like in the middle of the fight, grabs the small gunman that Simon has, and just forces it down onto his gunman, and just like, "Well, look at us now!" And then you see in the cockpit, you see that the drill piece actually pierced right behind Kamina's head, and it's like, if that was a little bit more forward, Kamina would not have a brain. Yeah. And then that turns out with the power of anime bullshit.
Spiral power, which
They-
I wanted to touch up on.
It's basically determination.
This is determination.
Yeah, that's honestly how it looks. It's just
I'm made of the Zaza. This spiral thing conducts Zaza.
I rolled
energy.
this joint into a spiral.
the way they present spiral energy is it's literally like anime determination.
It's the laws of the universe. Because spiral galaxies, spiral helix DNA, drills.
I want to mention this real quick because I think I forgot to tell both of you. I don't even care. Like,
Speak clearly into the mic.
So we got a comment this morning.
Calling us, like, what
Okay.
video was that?
That was the Bleach episode.
It was the Bleach episode?
Dude, look at this.
Plebes.
Plebes.
Nothing else. Just plebes.
No, it's plebes.
Plebes.
With that second E, it makes it plebes.
Plebes. The fact that it also adds like, do you want to translate this to English?
What does it say if you do that?
The people. Plebes. Look at this. Dude. Plebes. The people.
What the fuck? Wait.
The people.
No, you know my favorite part about it? I was this close. The moment I read plebes and it translated to the people, I was so close to commenting to him, happy people. I was just like, you know what? Nah, don't give it attention. I'm like, that's funny though. I think he liked his own comment, by the way. Because there's a like on his comments.
You could do that, yeah.
Yeah, he can like his own comment. He wanted to boost his own comment on a video with no comments.
With exactly 1 comment now. Gotta make sure that they see it.
Holy shit.
That's hilarious. The people.
I'm waiting for way off in the future somebody to type first on our videos. And like that video get a comment that says first, and just go in and say, "No, you are not the first. It was X Simple who commented plebes."
Plebes. But yeah, just...
You commented the People's Court.
Oh, God. But yeah, just, they... I think in the show they actually... Because, like, during the fight, like, Viral's messing them up. Like, he's showing off, like,
He's showing the fact that he is so much stronger.
And Kamina has, like, no experience fighting in a gunman. But unfortunately, the sun starts going down, and he has to leave because he's scared of the dark. But actually, in the show, they actually explain it in that it's literally, like, they can't... Like, they kind of have to go and recharge, basically.
Yeah.
That, like, when the sun...
Beastmen are solar powered.
Yeah, that they're basically solar powered. Yeah, so
Hey,
they have
Jinsu,
to.
Beastmen are solar powered.
Like Titans?
Yeah.
And that's why that's
Actually, yes.
That's why you had to
You
give
guys
them.
both paused and said, yeah, it's the same exact thing.
Because I thought about it, and I was like,
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
that's the best way. That's a good comparison, Jinsu.
Man.
Isayama grabbing from Gurren Lagann. What does he grab? Solar powered
Beastman.
Solar
and the
powered
Beast Titan is
monsters.
a different beast depending on the user.
But that makes me laugh because
Imagine a
it's
tiger
like
beastman, a beast titan. That look cool.
Maybe it'd be mixed with like the carbon.
Ah, yeah. There you go.
Anyway,
Gurren Lagann.
I just imagine just like, what should I take from this to make my story? And he's like, well, there's a lot of hope in this series. Solar power.
Solar power, living plants.
Do you want to take the hope as well? Solar power.
Wait, you gotta have hope in it, right?
Solar power.
Oh God! Oh my God!
But yeah, we get.
Oh my God!
We get the whole fight with Viral. He goes away because like solar power once again, and so they're like, we gotta fix this. Like Kamina, like I want to get a rematch. I want to beat his ass, and see Simon just like, I'm pathetic. I'm pathetic.
Yoko literally goes, "Hey, Kamina, why don't you have me pilot Simon's mech instead of Simon? He's useless." And Kamina's just like, "Ha! Little do you know."
Little do you know, as Kamina is just like, Simon, don't be a bitch. Instead, believe in the Kamina that believes in you.
Believe in me who believes in you.
Yeah.
Which is weird motivation. But
I'm
that
all
works.
for it.
But I guess it works.
It's basically the whole idea of like, okay, if you can't believe in yourself, you believe in me though, so believe in me that believes in you.
I like how you tried.
It's very awkward, but remember, Kamina's a teenager.
Kamina's an idiot.
Yeah, he is really stupid. He literally says that. He literally says, Simon is the brains. He gives reason to my madness.
Yeah, he's the method to my madness, yeah. Which is a really... That's a cool statement. That's a way to, like, respect another character.
That's a cool statement. That's better than what you said earlier, Kamina. That was stupid what you said earlier.
It was a completely off the rocker thing. Like, there's no way that you can actually get cheese from the moon.
But God damn it. So basically what ends up happening is they have this all-out fight with Viral once again, and what ends up happening is they're like, yeah, you look so big. Look, we can make ourselves big. And grabs the small gunman and shoves it onto the head of the bigger gunman. And it's like, look, we're Gurren Lagann! And it's like so awkwardly put on and just like, I'm a big boy now.
and then their power of belief and determination causes the thing to combine together to actually make the proper Gurren Lagann. And they fight Viral, and then they punch him so hard it knocks his samurai-themed gunman's helmet off, and they just grab it and it's like, it's ours now.
Yeah, and then it changes color and everything.
It fully just like changes from the gray to the red. It's so funny.
Well, oh god, there was a moment with this that I was laughing so hard. God damn it! I literally just had it and it was gone.
Good.
Shit.
Take your time. Also, don't take your time.
Okay, here. Give me 12 minutes. I gotta watch the episode.
All right, so then I'm taking over now. So,
No, but no.
Show this story.
It's just very fun. Of like when it comes to this episode, it's just so much fun. Of just like, oh yeah, you're so big. It just shoves a drill in, almost pierces Kamina. It like when it came to that moment, like that was the thing that made me laugh the most. Of just like look how cool we look. Kamina sitting next to a drill.
Yeah, almost not having a brain.
Unfortunate, almost died. But yeah, they combine. They have that whole awesome moment, and then they go off. In the movie, what happens after this? After they go off with Yoko, what ends up happening is they basically summarize the next like 5 episodes,
which is very convenient for us because all we have to say is we get introduced to this group of characters named the Black Siblings, with the main older brother named Catan and his younger 3 sisters, and they ride these weird dog things that run backwards. But then
they're Beastmen hunters.
And like they meet them and do a bunch of shit. And I can't remember what the other stuff was because nothing was more important than those characters getting introduced.
So this was actually something kind of funny. That was the one episode that I remember we were having so much problems with because the animation was so weird.
It was very jank. I remember that.
I think they partially made a bit of a reference to that in the movies because remember there's that one scene where the the blonde guy, the brother, he's just like looking weird as he's talking in that segment of the flashback of the basically what would it be called montage.
Yeah.
And so it's like partially it was a weirdly animated episode, and like it was because it was like directed by a guest director. But other than that, we then get let me check, making sure
You didn't do
yeah. We go to another underground city, where basically the best way to summarize it, it is a massive cult that worship a gunman face, and
It is their god.
it is their god, and they basically have this whole thing of the detail they do not mention in the movies is that this underground society basically has this whole like limit on population.
Isn't
They have
it
a
like
population
50?
control. 50. It is 50 people. So whenever a new person is born, they go and have a lottery to see who gets removed. That is the detail that they decided to keep out of there is a lottery. Those two kids, the ones that pilot gunmen in the future, remember those kids? With the one with the pink hair and the one with the orange hair. Yeah. They were the two that were basically selected from the lottery to be removed. And like they were supposed to be kicked out and essentially go off and die. And so Rossiu, the main kid underground,
He's
the one who's like going back and forth of like, I do not want this to happen. They are kids. That is messed up. And eventually Kamina knocks sense into this village and is like, okay, we take kids now. These are ours.
And
Goodbye.
also, yeah, then like the god gunman is like turns out it actually is piloted throughout the entire time, like they were being monitored to make sure that they did follow the 50 people rule. And obviously, so it's like when they kind of were like, when the village people were kind of not wanting, when they realized, wait, we don't have to follow it, the god gunman kind of just broke out and was just like, all right, I'm murdering all of you now. And Kamina and them fought it, and they were able to like put it down. But since the people saw their god react when they didn't follow the rules, they were like, no, we're gonna keep following.
Yeah, we'll just keep following real quick.
And even though the gunman is no longer piloted and is basically destroyed now, that they're like, no, we're still gonna follow.
The most interesting thing is the fact that the leader of this cult, honestly, was he knew the fact that the gunman could be piloted, because he jumps into the gunman at one point. Yeah, it wasn't even their god that was the one to fight. It was just another random gunman to have dropped down.
It was another one, yeah,
and start fighting Kamina in the group. And so Rossiu, I believe, was the one to jump into the god gunman and start helping out with the fight. And finish it off. Then he was banished.
Since it moved, the people are just like, oh my god, you gotta get out of here because you violated our lord.
You violated the law.
So, pay the court a fine or serve your sentence. Your stolen goods are now forfeit.
Do it.
For those who can't see, Jinsu just put a sword to Duke's neck and now he's dead. Now Duke can't say anything for the rest of the video. Oh no.
So Hot Springs.
Oh yeah, we get the...
Yeah, the very next episode, we get reunited with the black siblings and we all go to a hot spring.
No, they get to, like, they can't, like, there's a too heavy of a fog in the area, and they're just like, we don't know where to go. And then an old man shows up in the middle of the road and just points. Don't you know that there's a hot spring over there? So you guys would really enjoy that.
Doesn't say a word. I will be fully transparent. It's just funnier the idea that he talks like Roshi and DBZA.
You think Master Roshi's my real name?
No, your real name is Old Man Coco. That's his name.
Shit, they found me out. You're trying to get my taxes.
Yeah, the name of the old man that shows up occasionally in the show.
With the mustache?
It's Old Man Coco. Yeah.
So we go to the bathhouse, and it's literally just like the bathhouse episode, but there's like 3 guys and like 5 or 6 women. So it's like you hear them like in the divided area. You hear like you're on the guy side, and you just hear the women having fun, and Kamina and Simon are just like, man, I wish we could see over there. And
the funny thing is, the movie shows more of the episode than the show does. Because there's a whole subplot in the original episode where basically Kamina tries to peek, and he gets chased down in the hot spring by all the women.
Yeah.
And in the movie, they include that. In the show, it is a special release for like home video.
Yeah, it's like it wasn't even like aired. That episode, that part of the episode wasn't even aired because they didn't want to get in trouble for it.
Yeah. So basically, it is like the moment that they're done having fun. The moment they're done having fun. The end of the episode has the Beastmen arrive, and there's this whole fight where basically.
Well, isn't it revealed that the lady in charge of the bathhouse turns out to be a beastman?
Yeah, it's a whole reveal that like I think the bathhouse itself was a gunman.
Yeah.
Jinsu,
like-
the bathhouse was a gunman. The leader of the bathhouse, the lady in charge, turned out to be like this wolf beastman, and all her because in the on the hot spring, basically there was this whole thing of a bunch of women dressed
Maids.
in bunny outfits, and they were bunny beast women.
So they turned out to be bunny beast women.
Yeah.
And that's what made them better.
Yeah. So, what ends up happening is there's this whole fight with the building, and they win, and it's like, okay, we're all happy friends together, happy people. Looks up and sees something coming at him, and it turns out from the next episode to be a massive ship owned by the Beastman Empire.
One of the 4 generals.
Which, yeah, let's talk about the gunman that is the ship. As it piloted by gunmen as well. A giant gunman with a sword dick. With a ship dick.
Where it's like it's a ship, and then in the back it's like if you're wearing pants that like you can scoop things into the pants and make it bigger. I don't know. It's a weird way to describe it. I guess just saying it has a massive dick is not too far off.
It's not.
I guess. I was trying to not say that, but I guess it's
I was
just
gonna
like,
say, it's just the buster blade at his waist.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all it is.
And they
It looks so goofy, but honestly, it's so fun the way they have it. We see this massive ship, and what ends up happening is they get into this massive fight with it, and we get the reveal that a lot of the different folk, including the blonde hair sibling, like the main dude of the black siblings, and just a collection of other people have been copying what Kamina did. They're stealing gunmen.
that they actually went, we can do that too.
And so what ends up happening is they join the fight, and the main member of the dude of the black siblings, he has now as Mayhem has referred to him, the banana gunman.
He's a banana man. He's yellow and he has like the giant like curved face, like curved moon face.
He's banana?
He's
banana.
shaped like a star.
He's a banana.
He's a banana.
He's
And
shaped
then
like a star.
He got the is peanut butter jelly time face.
Yeah. Yeah, you got it.
Damn it.
Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Wing. Put him on jelly. Put him on jelly.
The sounds he
Hit a
made when he
baseball
was
bat.
dying.
There's an episode of Family Guy where where it's Stewie going back in time purely for a chance to just inconvenience Brian.
Yeah.
And that episode of Brian going in and doing the dance.
Doing the dance.
He goes like, "Oh, I got a way that'll cheer you up. Hey, where's my costume?" And then Stewie pops out, "It's peanut butter jelly time." He starts doing it.
He does it back
And
to him.
Peter loses it laughing by the end of it. And he's like, "Actually, that did make my day." He walks up and just, "Brian, you took my thing. That was my thing."
God damn it, man.
And he goes, "Hey, find a new thing," and leaves.
Because you can only do that once, and then it's annoying the rest of your life.
I was gonna say, if you had the power to just like inconvenience somebody, God, it's just Reverse Flash. That's all it is.
Yeah, I was about to say, just having different ways.
It
to
was
just...
me, Barry. I put that pebble in your shoe this morning.
It was me, Barry. I took all the hot water in the shower this morning, so you can only have a cold shower in the morning.
Actually, I like cold showers better.
Damn it!
It was me, Barry. I took all the cold waters.
I got the shower warmed up for you.
You monster!
It was me, Barry. I was the one who siphoned out all the gas in your car. Wait, where'd you put it? Call a hospital.
I remember, I think one of my favorite stories was like, there's a list out there of like all the different times that he was just being a dick, not even really a villain, just a dick. And
I love the difference.
Thanos.
Oh yeah.
Thanos just messing with a guy on his birthday every year. That's not being a villain, that's being a dick.
I love that story
But
so
no,
much.
my favorite, I think, was, it was just so messed up of just, like, I think he had an ex-girlfriend that, like, pissed him off, so it was just like, okay, erasing you from the timeline, gone.
Jinsu, if you could do one thing to one random person in the world, and it's like, it's meant to inconvenience them, not like murder them or something like that, what would you do?
You know when you feel itchy?
Yeah.
And like you scratch it and nothing, it doesn't just go away.
I know where this is going.
And
No.
then it like moves, and you go and scratch that spot, and it doesn't do anything. And then you have to find like the secret sweet spot. So just have that, but like all the time, everywhere.
Oh! That always happens when I
Oh
try
my
and
God.
scratch my legs through my jeans.
Now I want just a shitty villain who, like, is like, okay, who are you? I'm the itch. Oh, what's your power?
Oh!
And it, like, pokes him once, and it's like, wait, what did you... Wait, what's your...
Wait.
No, you dick!
I can't get it.
Imagine that. It's just the most... just, like, a power where all it does is it gives you the most frustrating, itchy spot that moves when you go for it.
Ugh.
That's
Jinsu, why have
hell.
you done this? Why have
That's
you put that
hell.
into our minds?
Fun fact.
Huh?
The FBI did an investigation on themselves and found nothing wrong.
Hey. Man, there's no corruption there. Trust us. What would you do?
Jinsu, I like how it's like, okay, what's a way to be a dick? You made a villain. You made a worse villain than any villain ever.
Dude, what would you do? What something else?
I
that
made
you
the FBI.
would do?
What would I do?
Yes, I just said that.
I would replace 1 inch squares in like a 5-foot radius all over their house with Legos,
You
but
put
the same color as the tiles.
Oh God, wood-colored Legos.
Yeah, no, and imagine that for a second of like you're walking around their house and it's just like, God damn it, Lego, what the hell? You pick it up and you're like, okay, should be fine now. Then a few feet later, you get another one.
Yep.
And suddenly you realize, where are they?
Wait a second. I would make it so nobody could have a cool side of the pillow when they flip it.
So anyway, in this episode of Green Villains...
Oh my God, we should do an episode like that where it's literally just like how
to inconvenience people.
That's an episode right there.
That's a messed up episode.
That's an episode.
So basically what we get with the Beastman Empire...
Back to Gurren Lagann.
is that the massive ship is basically piloted by one of these 4 generals of the Spiral King. A man who basically has been suppressing humanity when it comes to the surface for ages.
He gave out the order to Beastmen. You see a human on land? Kill them.
Yep. And so, massive battle against this general, and they just trap him in a hole, essentially. They trap him in this canyon.
Yeah,
And
ravine.
So, they trap him in there, and they regroup, and they're like, okay, idea, idea. I want that. What do you mean you want that?
We're gonna take it for ourselves!
And so he begins getting ready for this massive battle with it, and they get all ready, and what ends up happening that night before the battle is Simone, the entire series so far, has been showing off the fact that he's very much attracted to Yoko.
Girl.
And so they're talking, and eventually what happens is she goes off to talk to Kamina, and as they're talking of like, okay, you be careful out there, and they share a kiss. And it's like, oh,
No! It should have been me!
That's literally Simon's entire thought process there of like, it should have been me! Not him! Me! So, going into the battle, now he's all flustered over that whole thing
He
that
can't
happened.
concentrate because he still has the blue balls.
Yes, the big old problem. And so, because of that, there's this whole thing where he's trying. They throw Simon on top of the massive robot, and he's trying to take control of it, but he just can't get his head wrapped around it.
He just can't get it up.
He can't get it up, and so we have this moment where. During the massive fight where everybody's fighting against the general, fighting against Viral, all these different beastmen, everybody notices how much trouble Simon's having. So Kamina lands on the deck of the ship, runs over to him.
Oh my god, Kamina, what are you doing here?
Punches him in the face.
Oh my god.
It's like, what the hell did I tell you? You get your shit straight. You get this in order. You're the man! Do it! And he's
Finish the job.
shit, man, you got this! And he gets ready, and he immediately hooks up with the ship and is, like, in control of it.
But unfortunately, when Kamina tries to go in the fight, he was ambushed by Viral and the general. And they
He gets messed up.
and Kamina does everything possible to try and fight them off.
He almost dies due to this exchange. At which point, what ends up happening is Kamina's freaking out, and everything is going to shit. Sorry, not Kamina. Simon is freaking out, and everything's going to shit until Kamina wakes up and is just like, okay, we're handling this shit now. And they start fighting, and he ends up beating the shit out of Viral, sends him flying, and you watch as Simon and Kamina fuse together again for their big old Gurren Lagann and get into the fight, have an awesome fight with the general, and right at the end, he says, one of the things he says is, hey, Simon, know that whole thing I said of you believing in the me that believes in you? Forget that. Believe in the Simon that believes in you.
Believe in the you that believes in you.
Yeah.
You think about that?
They have the fight. They kill one of the generals, and he then just says, later, buddy. And just Simon. Just like, Kamina?
Wait, what are you doing?
Kamina?
Wait.
Yeah, I'm here, dude. What's up? No, he's dead.
No, Kamina dies. One of the main characters.
Kamina dies?
One of the main characters dies.
It's Kamina.
Is Kamina.
No, did you know it?
I am happy.
Did you know anything about this show before going into it?
I knew Kamina died.
That was the only thing you knew?
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually genuinely same. I knew that and giant mechs.
I knew nothing.
Because you told me.
When did I tell you?
When we first started doing this, you mentioned Gurren Lagann. You're like, I don't know anything about this except for that guy dies.
Man, Duke,
That makes sense.
It's almost like you oversharing is actually bad.
Honestly, more often than not, when it comes to certain shows, I overshare, especially with Jinzu, because of the fact that I'm just like, it's Jinzu. He knows these shows. He knows all these shows. He knows everything.
No, yeah.
He's got this. He watched all of Hunter x Hunter. He watched all of this. He watched all of Dragon Ball.
No, I stopped
He watched all of Dragon Ball GT.
I stopped at the Chimera Ant arc, and I could not stand the Boo saga. I got like 4 episodes into Gohan being in high school and was like, damn.
This is bad.
He watched Astro Boy.
Astro Boy? The movie or the old show?
Yes.
Fuck you.
Smart ass.
Pretty smartish. But yeah, so thankfully I wasn't spoiled on this, and
Yes.
so just one of the main characters just full on just dying when in the
The
beginning.
person that was portrayed as basically the main character.
Yeah, that is like he's the blockhead main character trope. So obviously he's gonna
he's
be
dead.
around for the entire time. Oh my god, he's dead.
Honestly, I forgot he was dying, and when we were watching the movie, watching him get fucked up, I was like, "Damn, they're gonna kill his ass, aren't they?"
They're gonna kill his ass.
when you're in the middle of a fight and it starts to rain and your theme song doesn't play. Oh no, I'm dying.
One thing that was messed up was in the show, the way they end this episode is because they didn't do the title of the episode at the beginning. So it ends with the title popping up of just Later, Buddy.
Ugh.
And you're just sitting there like, oh, well, screw you.
And it's even
Because
funnier.
every episode at that point was a quote from Kamina.
Yeah, but at the beginning of the show, it shows a figure that you would have assumed to be Kamina in like a futuristic like ship and all that kind of stuff, like going through space, and you expected that to be Kamina, and then now you're just like, wait a second, and who was that? If Kamina's dead, but
It was Yoko.
It was Yoko. She doesn't look like that anymore.
So we get now the depressed arc for Simon.
where he tries.
That's literally
to...
what the next few episodes is, because what ends up happening is he goes out and he's basically given up on trying
Everything.
with everything, and so he's trying to figure stuff out. He goes out to this basically wasteland area and is just
This landfill.
it's a landfill that he's just doing nothing essentially. He's just basically given up. He finds this crate.
No. It's literally it's like this landfill's in the middle of a ravine, and this robot comes up and just throws this box over down into the ravine. It crashes down and slides literally up to Simon, and it starts glowing with the key with the drill key thing, and it's literally just, here you go.
And
Here's your way out
he
of
opens
depression.
his loot box. He opens the loot box, and there's a girl.
It's a girl, and in the English version, she's voiced by Starfire, and it fits because when she talks, she's an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got Starfire speak.
So Simon's just like, a newfound purpose, a woman.
And so she basically tries to help boost his spirits throughout these few episodes.
The fact that she also is like, stop moping about this Kamina guy. If he's that important to you, you wouldn't be moping about him. And it's just like, man, I can't argue with that.
I like how the movie handles it. Of like they very much speed it up of this arc.
Hey,
where
don't be sad.
basically
Okay.
No, it's not instantly like don't be sad. No, it's specifically they had trouble with this girl. Her name was Nia. Up until basically what ends up happening is they had problems because it was like, who the hell is this?
Yeah, who is this random person that is actually human and not beastman that wasn't from a village?
Until eventually this general pops up, a big booby scorpion lady.
And Scorpion Lady is.
And she pops up just like, oh, I'm here to destroy you guys. Why is the princess here?
Did you say princess?
And in the show, it was so much slower of what ends up happening is like, princess! And it's like, yes, I am the princess. I am daughter of Lord Genome. And she goes, well, shit, can't deal with you. Goes back, finds out that
I can't kill the princess. Hey, king, I found the princess. Good, kill her. Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, in the show, she specifically goes back to Lord Genome just to say, hey, your daughter was there, and he's like, kill her.
Why did you come back? Just kill her.
I like how the movie did it, though. It just showed, it was like one of those memes in a video where it's like, okay, princess, drag to trash, you're good. They just do that.
but then they go into the story of like why she was thrown away, and it's literally because she asked her dad, "Why was I born?" And her dad's and the Spiral King's just like, "Throw it in the trash."
You know the video edit of Rafiki throwing.
Yes, I was just thinking
Simba.
that.
Yeah.
And like his animation of yeah.
I was just thinking that.
That was literally what happened to her.
And all the animals just freaking out like, "Holy shit!"
I like how there's that edit versus the bloopers version. You remember the
Oh my
bloopers
God,
joke about
yes.
it? Where it's Rafiki bringing up Simba and then he trips. Woo! Simba?
Fully just drops
Jinzu.
him off the cliff.
You saw that blooper of Lion King, right?
Do you two poop?
No, there's an actual blooper. There's an official blooper.
Oh yeah.
Where it's just he trips, loses him. Simba. Oh my god. But
I'm gonna get fired for this for sure.
they hear the whole thing of Princess Nia was abandoned because the fact that she asked why she was born
Because she asked
which
why
is
she's
stupid.
idiot.
And everyone goes, I feel bad for her. I'm gonna save her. And so then,
Like everybody,
Simon-
everybody that was suspicious of her up until that point just went, all right, no, she's on our side now.
Simon pops up just like, depression over, save the girl.
Save the girl.
And so they, I think at that point they had killed the Scorpion Woman.
The Scorpion Girl,
But-
and also at this, in the movie, they have them. Like, they have them all three of the other three generals show up, but, like, in the show, obviously, it's going to take longer, so they fight each general separately. But then the second, the third one and the fourth one, the mole and the flying guy, like, they kind of come back, like, because they survived their fights, and they fuse together, have a whole fight and stuff like that.
I was gonna say, I like the movie version of this a little better because it's a lot faster and handles like the Monster of the Week problem a little better. Where basically what ends up happening is all three generals that are left
And
come
viral.
together for this final battle of the Beastman army, like before the true final battle, obviously.
Before the Spiral King.
And like the one bit I kind of wish was still there was the fact that like the reason they were going towards like these Beastman generals was because they were heading towards the capital. Like that was the detail that they missed of like they're heading towards the capital. That massive
Drill.
massive drill like thing that they fight in the beginning of the second movie was the capital. And so what they do is they go there and in the movie what they do is they start fighting and all three of the generals fuse together into this weird abomination as we get awesome fusion of what was it they did? There was something in the movie that they did that was actually batshit where they fused a bunch of them together into a giant
Into a bigger
Gunman.
gunman, yeah, that could fly, and unfortunately the Team Gurren did not have any real means of flying, so they kind of had to take a bunch of other drones and start making their own way of being able to fly.
perfectly summarize the entire set of episodes by Simon bursting through the robot and going in and blowing each general up one by one.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, he goes in between all of them with Lagann, with his mech, and just going through and hitting them, and it's like, yes, there was episode 15, 16, 17, 18.
Meanwhile, by the last few episodes of this, basically what ends up happening is Viral, who was that Beastman that obviously has shown up all throughout this, is just like, I need to be stronger. And so he goes over to Lord Genome and is like, I want you to make me stronger. And he goes, I bet. And so he works on him, and we get the final battle with the Beastman army, Lord Genome's army, and we get, like, all of them are coming in, attacking this massive building. It's so epic, and Simon and Nia crash through the top building in order to get to Lord Genome.
Yeah, they're just going after him immediately.
They start fighting Viral, and he's like, I'm so much stronger now! Why are you beating the shit out of me? What the hell? And,
I'm the Spiral King, bitch!
and there's a whole thing where he gets to find out that Kamina had died, which he did not know about. I still find that part is so interesting of like, yeah, Kamina, come for me! Come on, Kamina! Fight me, Kamina! He's dead.
Shit! Where's my purpose?
Why is my boyfriend dead?
Who am I supposed to have a boner for now?
Where do I direct my hate boner? Huh? But
Where do I direct my hate boner?
and so we get this whole fight with him, and it's like, why are you so easily beating the shit out of me? Oh, you thought I made you stronger? No, I want you to be a witness to my victory, so I made you immortal, says Lord Genome. And it's like,
Yeah, just
Shit.
casually making someone immortal.
yeah,
Okay.
and it's like, shit. And so Viral is not stronger, he is just immortal now. And so what ends up happening is we get the massive fight between Lord Genome and Simon, where we get to see that he also has this massive gunman, and he says, like, I was the previous protector of humanity, and I'm just trying to protect you by killing you all.
I lived long enough to become the villain. Wait.
Wait a minute. I'm not the hero? Huh?
And so, and it becomes like a full-on like fist fight. But the thing is that the Spiral King is jacked and 7 feet tall, while Simon's literally just like a 14-year-old small like.
My favorite bit of this is still like they're having this massive like fight, like I'll use my drill, I've got him, and then you watch as he goes, I'm sick of this. Burst open his mech, walks down to him, and just punches Simon. I lost my shit when I first saw that, of just like, huh, you're right there. I'm incredibly strong. Hey, bitch!
Punch. And then what does Simon do to defeat the Spiral King? He unlocks his heart by using the drill key on the Spiral King's heart and blasting an absolute hole of energy through him.
I was laughing so hard when I first saw that. It's just like, wait, I can use it on spirals. I see spiral chest hair.
Yeah, his chest hair's in the shape of a spiral.
What if I put my key in there?
What if I drill his chest hair?
All right, Duke, we don't need to know about your search history.
Pause it.
Oh.
So, upon Lord Genome's death,
Yes. He gives us a warning.
do not reach 1 million. The moon will kill you.
That's basically what he says. If the population of humanity reaches 1 million, the moon shall enact its...
Anti-spiral moon will kill you.
So we jump 7 years later.
Population is reaching 1 million.
And Catan's little sister had a baby.
Baby number
Guess-
1 million.
Guess, yeah.
They built a city and all that kind of shit. Like, they literally, like, all of the freedom fighters, like, the resistance against the Spiral King became politicians in the military and all that kind of stuff. And
The movie
trust
quickly
us, we're
gets
good
to
guys.
The movie very quickly gets to it. The anime differs in a lot of ways of, they really push, like, it's kind of like season 3, like, the first half of season 3 of Attack on Titan. In the way of, it's very, very political based. So Viral in the anime, basically what he was doing was he was being a freedom fighter for Beastmen, trying to get them out of out of holes, essentially, in the ground.
Because like they had underground cities and all that kind of stuff.
He was arrested for it, and Simon figures out, and he's like, okay, Rossiu, you're the one who did this. What the fuck?
Why are you subjugating these people?
Why are you doing this? And he's like, we gotta make sure we don't reach 1 million, or else the thing will happen. The thing.
It's consuming my every desires and it's skewing my sense of justice and morality.
The thing.
The thing.
But the thing!
Yes.
And so, what basically happens is Rossiu this entire time is just being the most hard-ass individual. Like, it gets to the point where he's just an asshole about it at all times. Of like, no, you shouldn't be doing this because this, and it's like it being a complete hard ass about everything. Of like, what about the prophecy? The prophecy! And it makes it so that he is becoming almost as bad as Lord Genome, or almost as bad as the fucking cult leader that was a part of his village.
Yeah.
And which, by the way, if I forgot to mention, I think that was his dad, right?
No, I don't think it was his dad.
It wasn't his dad?
No.
Fighter like son.
Yeah. A father figure, at least.
Yeah.
That was his entire role. But he basically has this whole thing where he's like, we gotta keep down the numbers or else.
The
And
numbers, Mason, what do they mean?
Simon is like, nah, that's kind of bullshit. And so he moves on and decides to propose to Nia. Has this really nice proposal. And it's like,
What do you mean nice? He goes, will you marry me? What's marriage? It's a union between two people to become one. Nah, I don't want that.
No.
I ain't gonna. How can two people be one person? That's so stupid. You're an
and I
idiot.
said no, she says to the black sibling sisters. Why would you say no?
I mean, I still took the ring, so.
It's like, I took the ring, but okay. Analogies! Nia! Analogies! Oh, analogies! It
And
goes
now
back.
And now these nuts.
And so she goes back and is like, okay, I will marry you. I didn't know that you were using an analogy. It's like, yeah, we're married. Why are you glowing?
Why are you suddenly turning into a microchip
She disappears and
motherboard?
basically, upon the birth of the millionth person, being the baby of the blonde sister of the black siblings.
The eldest sister.
Yeah, the eldest sister. Upon the birth of the baby, a messenger of the anti-spiral shows up in the form of Nia.
Like completely possesses her, takes her over, and uses her as a puppet, basically.
Apparently, she was made by the anti-spiral as basically a part of the program of the human extermination program. And so now that there are 1 million people, the human extermination begins.
Because that means that they've been allowed to fester.
Ships begin to appear that try to destroy the city. Simon goes in and destroys one of the ships, at which point we get to discover that the ships, when they break apart,
They self-destruct.
go down and just explode all over the city.
Like they send out, like, all of their debris sends out and explodes on their own, and it kills a lot of people.
Yeah. And so with that, we have now the whole dilemma of like, okay, when we fight them, they blow up. What do we do about that? And Simon gets blamed for everything, and Rossio is just like, I'm going to throw him under the bus.
Rossio goes, I have an idea. It's his fault. Let's coup him right now.
It's literally a coup. That's what it is. Rossio arrests him, puts him in...
down communist statue.
Yeah. And so they have this whole thing where Simon goes to jail while everybody else is trying to figure out what to do. Rossio has the brilliant plan to lead an arc off of Earth and
We totally haven't seen this before.
leave everybody else on Earth.
Because the moon is coming down, and you, like, over the
Majora
course
Mask.
of the, over the course of the episodes leading up to it, you actually see the moon get closer and closer. It isn't, like, expressly, like, said that it's getting closer, you just see it get bigger.
Yeah, this is the part where I feel the movie did a little better of, like, it was a whole back and forth, and it was like, he just goes to jail, and mixing some events of basically what ends up happening is he goes to jail, and he gets to see all these different beastmen that he put in jail.
Because he fought.
Including the two main ones that he gets to see are Viral, because of course he's there. As we mentioned earlier, he was arrested as a freedom fighter for the beastmen. And the other one is one of the four generals, the only one who had managed to survive, who is now basically a chicken man. And he's just like, you're the reason I'm like this. I'm gonna kill you. And so has a whole fight with him. And Viral defends Simon. And they get in trouble and are put into solitary confinement together. And after that, that's around the time when the Ark leaves Earth and is like, okay, we'll be able to leave while the moon crashes into the Earth. And then they start getting attacked by the ships because they're like, oh, you're trying to leave. Hello.
Where's you going?
Meanwhile, Simon's just like, it's fine. We'll be able to figure this out. I'm sure that Rossio has a plan. And then Neo comes up. His plan was shit. Oh, god damn it.
His plan is absolute shit. I'm just rubbing in your face that you can literally do nothing, as they're all going to die.
Now die, Simon. And then Yoko shows up and shoots her and is like, man, you became a real boring bitch.
And now we get a little bit of a backstory where Yoko's been this entire time, because she's been gone.
She left 6 years ago.
Because her love interest died and she was trying to recover. So she decided to go and teach elementary school. And
lament her not having kids with the guy she likes.
and Miss Yoko is probably the best part of the show.
Very much so.
And she literally just, like, sees the news one day and just sees, like, all of the shit happening, and she's like, damn it, I have to go back. Because, like, in the show, like, it's a very, like, quiet episode where she just lives, like we she like sees these two kids who like each other, and she like wants to get them together, so she like tries to do like projects and school assignments that they would have to work together on and all that kind of stuff. And so she's able to just not care about the world, and then all of a sudden, yeah, the moon's crashing into the earth now, and she's just like, fuck, I gotta go.
Yep.
And she tries wearing her original outfit after the like before the time skip, and it's just very obvious it doesn't fit you.
The movie, I will say that to anybody who decides to watch these movies, oh my god, is it like
The physics.
cliche anime physics. Jesus
This is where it
Christ.
started, maybe.
This is the
It's early. It's early. But, the god.
Speed bag physics.
yeah.
Yep.
Just the
Yep, that's right. We get to see Miss Yoko, who is 21 years old.
yeah.
I remember mentioning that to Mayhem for the first time. Of like, yes, Miss Yoko, she's 21 years old. As you looked at me and said, wait a minute! 7-year time skip, are you kidding? So, yeah, we got Miss Yoko has rejoined the team of like, let me fix these idiots. And
Yeah, she fully is just like, all right, I'm here now. Time to whip these boys back into shape, and everybody's just like, yes, Miss Yoko.
the team is back together. And at that point, you get Kitan is his name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Kitan shows up, and it's very obvious from the get go that like he's got the biggest crush on her throughout these episodes.
I think a lot of people do.
Well, fairness, but you know what I mean, though. Like,
Literally everybody in Japan has a crush on her.
yeah.
Like Supergirl.
No, the problem there is they have a crush on every version of her.
Oh no.
Yeah. End of sentence. But what we get is Kitan rejoins, and he's like, "Hey, guess what? Simon, check it out. I got all the old mechs back." And it's like, shit, let's go.
I kept them in my lockbox.
So something that was weird was I'm glad they changed it in the
In the movie,
movie a bit. But when it comes to the anime, one of the details they mention is that the reason why the mechs that the government have made are less effective is because they don't work based on spiral energy.
Yeah, they're just really strong mechs, but they don't have the determination power.
So they suck against the anti-spiral stuff. That is literally a thing that they mention of like all the like new mechs suck.
Mainly because
all
most
the
of them...
all the gunmen were made by Lord Genome to fight the anti-spiral.
And also the like most of them aren't even piloted. Like it's like those two kids that like they grew up that were banished and like they pilot those gunmen now. They're the only two actual people out there. So like everybody, like all the other ones are just robots. They're not mechs.
Yeah.
So like when you see all of them get destroyed and stuff like that in the movies, you think, "Oh my god, so many people are dying," but in the shows, you know that they're just robots.
Yeah. So
Damn, I was thinking that. I was like, there goes one guy, two guy, three guy, four. I wonder if that was the Black Kitten's sister's husband guy.
Yeah, only if they're uniquely designed are they actually piloted.
Wow.
But yeah, so they go. So the moon is crashing down, and so Rossio and everybody like they go up into space, and all of the gunmen's that have Simon and everybody in them, they go up with the Ark, and they're just like, "All right, Rossio, you're an idiot. Everybody in there, betray Rossio," and they're all just like, "Gotcha."
it's not so much betray Rossio. It's just like, hey, we'll help. Please! That's what it is.
It's not working!
And so everybody's just like, okay, team up. And they have this massive fight where the best way to summarize it is they fuse with the main Ark ship, basically.
And make a gunman.
Giant gunman.
Yeah.
And as they're having this fight where they take care of all the enemy ships, it's revealed that the moon itself is a giant mech. And so what do? They do the same thing they did with the ship, and they steal the moon ship.
They hijack it in the same way that they took over the boat.
Nia tries to confront them of like, you will never surpass the anti-spiral.
Shut up, baby, I know it.
But you're wearing your ring. I am wearing my ring, yes! You
snapped me out of my possession.
And so
By telling me that the ring is in my possession.
Next thing you told me, this ring has a drill in it. Oh!
and so
So they can't take the moon, they make a bigger mech, and the anti-spiral voice is just like, you guys are some bitch-ass motherfuckers, and they're just like, we're gonna come and kill you, and he's like, ooh, I'm scared, also I'm running away.
And so they now have the moon in their possession, at which point they also have the moon in their possession by pulling it out of space-time.
By taking it back out of space-time jail.
Turns out the moon was not a mech. The moon was merely taken away, and then a mech was disguised as the moon.
Is the moon.
That makes equal sense.
And it was big enough to push the water and make it go whooshy whooshy.
Whooshy whooshy.
The density was the exact same.
Whooshy.
Its mass and density.
But then
So they go, alright, we're gonna go find the anti-spiral and we're gonna kick its ass.
we have a quick episode where basically what happens is Rossiu is like, I've messed up so bad. There's only one possible solution. A gun and my temple.
I've done all I can do.
I've got an itch in the back of my mouth that only a gun could fix.
In the show-
that only a gun could scratch.
In the movie, it seems so dramatic of, like, he doesn't seem like he's messed up all that much. And so it's just like, man, I messed up so bad.
Killing myself.
And so they come into his room and just, like, smack it out of his hand, like, stop it.
Stop it. Stop.
Meanwhile, in the show, he was basically having he was developing a relationship with the brown hair sister of the black siblings.
His assistant.
Yeah, she was his assistant, and she was developing feelings for him. And so she realized that he was gonna off himself, and so
She came in and killed him herself.
she went in, joined the Gurren Lagann, and they burst through space and time to prevent him from offing himself.
No.
Believe in the Simone that believes in the Rossiu that you are, and terrible quotes. God, I hate that.
Duke's finally having that stroke.
Me warping space time to stop the depressed homie from killing himself.
Me going back in space time to defend to stop the my homie from dating the Hello Kitty girl.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that. I was gonna say the exact same thing.
But yeah, we get basically like, okay, Ross, now that you're not dying,
No, you're not.
go ahead and defend the Earth while we go off in space and mess with the anti-spiral.
Yeah.
And they go off into space, and it's this epic whole transition to them going off and trying to find the anti-spiral, which is located
In another dimension.
In another dimension, which the dimension we're able to find because of Nia's ring.
They were able to track it. Meanwhile,
Shit gets crazy
Meanwhile,
here.
Rossio, for some reason, regrew the Spiral King's head as like a super.
Oh, we
computer
forgot
thing.
about that detail, yeah.
And so, like, that detail thing where it's like it kind of like rebirthed him. So it's like it kind of had his same like.
I'm not a bastard anymore.
Yeah, where it's like, man, I'm fixed now. Also, a head in a cage.
You either die a hero, live long enough to see yourself become a villain, or get reborn and also become a hero again.
And become the hero again, yeah. So they go, and then they come across a giant fleet from the anti-spiral, and there's the big ships with faces on them, and then their ships are hands and feet, and it's weird, and I hate it.
Real quick, I want to mention this detail because it was a small detail that they changed for the movies.
Yeah.
That it was so stupid, but I loved it. Back with the moon plot, right?
Yeah.
Of like the moon coming down, where the moon became a mech, and they were they were fighting it. Who ends up saving the day by hacking into the moon? It is
Spiral
Lord
King.
Genome.
Yeah, his
And
clone.
he has this whole thing where, like, in the show, it's basically just like, I got it, but that hurt. And meanwhile, in the movie, it is one of my favorite added sequences where he clocks out, and then you see him wake up as like a 3D model and run through a maze as he starts looking for what he needs, and it's so goofy. I love it. That was one of my favorite added sequences. because it was so ridiculous.
I hated it. I honestly didn't like it.
How do you feel about that sequence of just Lord Genome suddenly popping out a 3D body and going through a maze to hack the moon?
It was really funny after watching him like almost die and like have a stroke in like his little glass tube, like,
And then, one up!
yeah.
But, yeah, we get... So, yeah, Anti-Spiral, its ship is a collection of gunman faces.
And then they decide, pour the water, and they drown the heroes in their Gurren Lagann.
Basically an ocean of negative, like, anti-spiral energy. And so they have this whole moment where it's like, oh, what are we going to do? Let's send a missile and shoot the machine that controls this anti-spiral sea. They shoot it. The missile gets crushed and is destroyed.
Shit.
Okay, we need to send somebody to shoot it. Yoko's like, I'll do it. And then Kitan goes, no, you're fan service. Gives her a kiss, jumps into his mech, starts going down. He gets to the, basically, ball that protects it.
Yeah.
And blows it up, but then his mech blows up. At which point it's revealed his other mech was inside the mech, and he's got a drill with him that he managed to grab from Simon, and he rushes down using the spiral energy. It grows, and he just blows up the thing and dies, and it's a badass death.
And Yoko's just like, God damn it, every man that kind of falls in love with me and we kiss, he just ends up dying literally the next time he does anything. God damn it.
Jitsu, are you playing videos?
No.
No. I was able to hear the volume. I was like, wait a minute.
What in the world would that be?
But so
I'm been present the entire time.
so
I watched this movie.
let's go ahead and give you a quick little rundown of stuff that they kind of skip. I think it was right before the whole dream sequence thing that happened.
Oh, yeah.
Basically,
Tsukuyomi.
yes, exactly. We'll show Mayhem that in the future in like about a year
Or two.
or two. But basically, what ends up happening is all the different members of Team Daiguren start fighting off waves of enemies of the anti-spiral. Jinsu, your volume.
And also, he's directly talking to you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm actually talking to you specifically.
No.
So all of Team Daiguren, like the twins, the bald dude, all of them start fighting off these waves, and each of them die one by one in very specific, like, epic deaths. And the one that's my favorite was actually the twins, because the twins die in that sequence. And the way they die is, you remember those kids that had their whole deal with Simon? What they do is they notice that those kids are about to die because they're being swarmed. So they run in and they grab them and they chuck them full force back towards the ship as they just strike a pose and just go guns blazing to their death.
Wait, what?
They have an amazing death. Yeah, they all die.
In the show, they all die.
Oh, I heard that part too. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about that.
And then the dream sequence.
The show where everybody dies in the end.
Yeah. Well, it's not everybody dies, luckily, but like a large portion of them end up dying, and so it's like, Jesus Christ! But in the movie, I kind of like what they did here a little better, like here and there, basically.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is they go into the dream sequence. There'll be another change. Don't worry, it's coming. We heard about this earlier. Of like, I'll mention like all these different dreams. So first off, Simon has a dream of basically he is a thief under Kamina, and he's just living his boring life. And eventually, as you've got Kamina on his knees begging for forgiveness from police.
Something that the actual Kamina would never do.
You just see Simon all depressed, and then Kamina
another one
pops up and basically tells him, like, okay, do you really think that pathetic worm would be me? And he's like, listen, I told you to believe in yourself. Now, get up and start moving. Use your full spirit. Get this shit done. And he like starts getting realized and like, yeah, no, you're right, man. Let's do this. And Katana's there, like, yeah, let's do this. And he's like, just calm down. Who are you? You forgot who I am? Of course I didn't forget who you are, dude.
You're annoying as hell. Like, how can I forget you?
And so they start messing around, and he's like, man, later, guys. And he gets ready to go off. On the outside, what was happening? Hey, remember the pig mole dude?
Buta?
So let's go ahead and mention that there were only 2 people that were not affected by the dream sequence, essentially. It was Lord Genome, because he was a VR system, essentially, or he was an AI being. Mm-hmm. And VR? I don't know. There was him, and it was Bota, the little pig mole.
Buta.
Yeah, Buta, the pig mole. Buta, the pig mole, in that moment, because earlier we got to see that he's, like, mixed with a whole bunch of spiral energy.
He's not your average pig mole.
He evolves.
He digivolves?
Into
a beastman.
He evolves into a beastman.
In the show?
Yeah. He switches into that and he starts trying to fight the anti-spiral.
He got enough runes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, that felt so weird back in the show, and so I was kind of okay with the movie where it just shows that he's still just a glowing pig mole.
Yeah.
When he's like later on in the movie, and it's like that I'm happier with. I'm happy more with this than Buta Astro Boy.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the picture of it.
Yeah, let me find Buta.
Oh, I found it!
You found it?
I found it! He looks like he's from Sonic. Look at Jitsu. Jitsu!
What?
That's what he turns
That's
into.
Buta.
That's Buta.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know. We didn't like it either.
But dude, so
it's also like how we can kind of get that's how we that's where we actually saw like the form of the anti-spiral being before it showed like the giant version of it.
Basically this like chaotic black and white creature of like it's so simple design, and I remember seeing it of like
it's like
for the first time.
You would see like a kid in like a mental hospital draw it as like and call it the bad man.
That's what it is, honestly. That's a horrifying description. Jesus Christ. But
am I wrong though?
You're not. So shut up. But basically what ends up happening is each of them start waking up one by one from their dreams. You got Yoko, who believes that she's like living her dream life of like doing anything she wants, marrying Kitan, and then Kamina shows up and it just says like, hey, it's good to see you again. And it's like, yeah, I figured this was a dream. Let's go. And it's like, bye, Kamina. And he's just like, take care. And she flies off. All these other people are having their dreams. The one that hurts the most, Viral earlier on in the series mentioned the fact that Beastmen cannot have children. They flat out cannot. And so in his dream, it is him having a child with this woman, and just the look on his face when he realized he had to leave.
He's like, dude, damn it.
Was so messed up. I was just like, yeah, it's fine, guys. I was just living a dream.
I just got what a warrior always wants: a farm and a wife and kids.
Yeah.
And now I got to go die.
Oh man! So what ends up?
They make the Kamina glasses. I need them.
Yes, I did. Yes.
Do you think they wouldn't?
I need them.
Did you think that wasn't already
Get
a
'em.
thing? Did you think the comic books were based off of real life 80s glasses?
But I need them.
So let's just say in the movie we get this awesome scene where basically they conquer all their bad emotions and they end up using the energy of the anti-spiral sea. They fuse with it to create a giant mech the size of multiple galaxies.
Yeah.
And it's the coolest looking thing as they're just getting ready for a massive fist fight against the anti-spiral. In the change of the movie that I really like, because this sequence is awesome in the movie, is the anti-spiral messes them up. He messes them up so bad that you watch as pools of blood are falling off of galaxies.
No, it's only $11.99. That's affordable.
Yeah. You did get 3.
Hell no, this is mine.
Yeah.
Frequently bought together. The communist statue, the glasses, and the necklace with the key drill.
Yeah.
Buy all three, $70. Not doing that.
So
That's hilarious.
what ends up happening is they get messed up. They start to see the Earth through a portal, and it's like, oh, I could just easily kill all the people on Earth. It's like, no! As they then use their spiral energy to create their own personal mechs. Every last one of them.
just makes it out of nothing.
We've got, obviously, it's Lagann is the main one, right?
Is the little one.
The little one, Lagann, which is Simon's, that he's had since the very beginning, fighting the anti-spiral. You've got Nia, who made her own personal one. It looks awesome. You've got all these different folks, like, making their own. And then you see a gunshot, as you even see that Yoko has made one, which is hilarious, because she's got boob missiles.
It's so fucking funny.
Titty rocket.
Titty rocket!
Da-da-da-da.
And so there's this massive fight that breaks out with
That
all
sounds
these
like an
different
80s
mechs.
song.
And
Titty
Yeah.
rocket. They do more than bounce.
They destroy and blow up, but then they restore themselves. Steady rocket.
love that. But so basically, what ends up happening is like they're getting so hyped up of like they're having this massive fight, and the anti-spiral ends up going like, okay, fine, I got a way to deal with your bullshit. Grabs two galaxies, smashes them together, and goes, here's the energy of the Big Bang! And he fires it onto them.
Yep.
At which point, you watch as like all of them are trying to fend it back, and Lord Genome rolls up, same fire on his head as when he was fist fighting Simon.
Yeah,
And
full on restored.
He then pops up as his mech from the final episode of his fight, and starts pushing back the attack as he basically absorbs it and turns into a drill and says, yeah, I'm gonna die of this. Simon, eat this drill! And he consumes the drill and then fuses with everybody to create not just a galaxy-sized mech, but a universal-sized mech.
That's the Tengen Toppa.
It's ridiculous, and I love it. As now they're just having this massive fight with universe-sized mechs that is so ridiculous, followed by, as they're like, they have a twin drill attack that goes at each other, an anti-spiral drill and the spiral drill.
An
And they're going at
anti-spiral
each other.
drill seems very heretical.
It breaks the Tengen Toppa one, then it goes down to the universe, or the multiple galaxy-sized drill, and it's still going. Breaks that one, goes to the moon-sized one, breaks that, goes to the next one, and just keeps going, keeps going,
all the way down to
until
Lagann.
it goes all the way to Lagann, who breaks through and starts making his way to the anti-spiral, who is shooting out tendrils to try to beat him away, and he just keeps going, breaks even Lagann, at which point Simon bursts out of it and just punches the anti-spiral in the face.
Directly, and it just becomes like a
Massive fist fight.
No music, no nothing, just a brutal fight between two beings. One of them anti-spiral, the other one's spiral. And it's just like this.
The colors alone were my favorite part. The fact that everything was so muted. There were no colors other than black, yellow, and red.
Red, yeah. It was mainly Simon's glasses.
When I say red, I'm not even talking Simon's glasses. I'm talking about the moment when they're having this massive fist fight. You see all this blood on Simon, and he just says, "You underestimated the sheer willpower of humans." As he raises his arm up, all the blood starts spiraling around.
Yeah.
And he makes a drill out of his blood.
And now he can't get enough oxygen because no iron in blood.
Runs forward and punches a hole through anti-spiral.
Yep.
And that's basically where the fight ends. Of anti-spiral just explodes and dies.
But trust me, he's absolutely defeated. I promise.
He's dead. He's genuinely dead.
And then it's finally like we're all done. Yeah, we go back down. Everybody who's dead is dead, and all that kind of shit. But we get to have the marriage ceremony with Simon and Nia, and as she's walking down, they finish the ceremony and they're married, and then she just dies. She disappears from.
She pulled a Samurai Jack.
They pulled a Samurai Jack on him before Samurai Jack did it.
Yeah.
But it's great. You're married for 10 seconds. Now you cannot have another woman ever. You're now a widow.
I like this ending, where the wife disappears better than I liked the Samurai Jack one. Because in the Samurai Jack, he also just lost most of his friends.
Yeah.
That's my main problem when it comes to the ending of Samurai Jack, where it's like, what about Scotsman? Where's Scotsman?
Where did he go? I miss that character. He's so great.
It's the reason why my favorite fan comic thing I've ever seen was that Samurai Jack continued to live and eventually became Professor Plutonium.
Oh, yeah.
At which point, a comic I saw that I was so happy with was showing that that basically reincarnated Scotsman was Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
And they become friends, and it's like, I love this. Make it a thing. Cartoon Network, you cowards, make it a thing.
Make Johnny Bravo make sense, please.
Make it so that he's just basically got the spirit of the Scotsman in him.
But yeah, so that was the story of Gurren Lagann.
My god, this story was crazy.
Jinsu, what was a character you liked?
Buta.
Oh, so the show ruined it for you?
Especially the movie version.
Well, I only watched the movie, so Buta.
What? You lied.
What?
You lied.
No, he said I only watched the movie, so
Oh,
Buta.
okay. I thought you said you didn't watch the movie, and I'm just like...
I didn't watch this movie, actually.
No,
I walked away.
I really liked... I mean, obviously I like Kamina. You can't.
Yeah,
not
that's
like
obvious.
Kamina's
Kamina's
the
was
movie.
great. Kamina was great.
Because he's dead now.
He's dead. I thought it was so cool when they brought him back for that end bit when it came to the
To
dreams.
make everyone sad and be sad and miss him.
No, something kind of interesting.
Dead.
I didn't know. I didn't know anything about the end of the show, but obviously because I read ahead when it comes to episodes to be aware of what happens, I read the descriptions from Wikipedia, and all it says, I like that they keep it vague. Because what they specifically say is that everybody gets help from an old friend, from a surprising old friend. And honestly, for a second, I thought it was going to be like, oh, Kitan lived or something like that? And it's like, no, fucking Kamina.
What do you mean an old friend? Kamina died young.
Hey, you grew taller than me. Yeah, and you died.
Yeah, I caught up to you in age. You're not supposed to be able to do that. But yeah,
There's so many edgelord posts out there where it's like from shows of just like these characters, like she was 15, he was 13, 16, 14, and then it's like 15, 16, and like the dude keeps aging, but the girl stays the same because she's died.
No,
And it's like such edgelord posts.
They put the number in red.
Yeah, it's so edgelord.
it has like a blood splatter sound effect, just a...
No, it has a fart sound effect. It's just
Echo fart sound effect.
But man, this series is so good.
It's
Favorite character, obviously Kamina, and I would probably say Simon, because he grew into his character. Simon is a character that really grew into being a great main character, and God, I love this show. It's honestly at this point of completed shows for me, completed shows specifically, it is my number one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was such a fun ride.
It very much is, yeah. And like and one of my favorite, my favorite character probably is Yoko, because she literally is just like hanging out, like freedom fighting, meets the main characters and just goes, all right, I guess I'm with you guys now.
I know there's gonna be plenty of people who look at Yoko of like, oh, she's just an over-sexualized character. She doesn't treat it as that way ever. she's never looking at herself like oh my god. She never does that.
There was one part where they were in the village with Rossio, and they were like, you guys can come in, but she's got to cover up, and she's just like, why? He's so
She's
afraid?
like, okay, whatever. Like, she was just like, okay, whatever. And, like, there's even a scene where, like, that usual of, like, somebody lands on her chest, and it's like, oh! Most anime go, like, oh! Freak out about it.
Yeah.
She's just, like, smiling and then freaks out because there's a gunman behind them.
We're gonna die! Mr. President, get
She's
down!
a great character because, like, she doesn't take any shit. She's just there for the mission.
Yeah. Jinzu, anything else you want to say about Gurren Lagann?
Team Gurren.
I thought that was so funny when we started watching this movie, and you saw the name Lagann, and you go, "Oh, got it." So it's like it's Team Lagann, so I'm guessing Gurren means like team or something like that.
No, all the way around. Because the Japanese subtitles or in the English subtitles, he goes our Gurren something Gurren and then Gurren Lagann and then it said our Team Gurren and I was like, oh. That's literally just what it means then? Is that what it fucking means?
And then you get to find out, oh no, it's literally just the names of the things, Gurren and Lagann.
But he says that before they even get out of the
He just really liked the names.
I'm gonna look up the meaning of Gurren Lagann real quick because
and also
that would make it weird of just like
fart box.
no, behold, I've got my machine. Team.
This is Team.
Gurren is scarlet.
Scarlet. For the red.
Yeah. Lagann means enveloping face.
Red face.
It's just red face.
banger.
That's amazing.
So blushing face or something like that, or red with anger face or something like that. I don't know.
And then a few years later, they made Kill la Kill.
Wait, which one's anger and which one's red and which one's face? I can't remember.
Gurren Lagann, so scarlet enveloping face.
Which one is which?
Gurren is scarlet.
Okay, so the big so the giant red mech is red, and the small brain is face.
The enveloping face.
Yeah, is the enveloping face. I get that makes sense now. All right, I got a question.
Yeah?
It would win in a fight: a gunman, a Gundam, or a Transformer.
I'm gonna say a gunman. Okay,
founding
wait.
thing.
Who's piloting the gunman?
The Attack Titan.
Oh yeah, there's another mech.
Okay, who wins? The mech, or the flesh mech?
Okay, let's do the best of each one. So yeah, the Attack Titan, Optimus Prime, Simon with Gurren Lagann, and I guess the main character's Gundam. I don't really know Gundam.
Okay, so I'll say this: the Gundam is immediately out because Optimus Prime versus him has been done before.
Oh yeah,
and Optimus Prime obliterated him.
good. Okay,
When it comes to Gurren Lagann, I'm gonna say
he's not going to take
saw
over and get
how
bigger.
this-
He can't get bigger. He can't get bigger. That's the he. Gets
I'm not
the,
saying his like mech gets bigger. I'm saying his drill gets bigger.
That's what she said.
You know what I mean, though, of like what. I'm sorry, but this is just the case in anything. Power scaling does not really matter for Attack on Titan because more often than not, I'm sorry, they're fucked by most universes. Dude, I'm sorry, it's the type of world where Yamcha wins.
Oh yeah,
That's the if you have a world that can be soloed by Yamcha, that's not a good thing.
yeah. Power scaling's bullshit.
Yes.
So it would be
It would be Gurren Lagann.
so it would be
You've-
Gurren. It would be
You've
Gurren
seen the way
Lagann,
he fights.
then Optimus, and then. Then what do you think about Gundam versus Attack on Titan? Like the
Gundam
Attack
versus Attack on Titan, Gundam.
It would be Gundam. Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Because once again, it's basically comparing like yes, they're giant flesh mechs. Flesh mechs
Versus the spacefaring
versus
robot
missile
mechs.
launcher.
Yeah.
That's literally a plot point in Attack on Titan of we have rocket launchers now. Goodbye.
All right. And with that question out of the way, Duke, do you have anything for us for what's next or anything?
I'll probably have a part 1 for the next thing because when it comes to the shows that we had for all these, like we've only got one movie left when it comes to the basically setup of all the like unique shows and movies we had.
Yeah.
We've only got one movie left, which obviously we all know that's Belle. We know that. Which means after this, I'm going to have a part 1 for you guys because it'll be preparing for what's to come.
Hey.
Okay.
All right. And thank you everybody so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye. Gunman. If you want to see more of our content, you can find our YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter on our Linktree at linktr.ee/greenvillains. That's linktr.ee/greenvillains.